Sitting on the front porch, sipping on the rocks. Citrus in our beverages. Citrus in our beverages. Show only the good sides. Always pretty smiles are covering our faces. You know it is all lies. You know it is all lies. On and on it goes. Round and round the rodeo. Breathing out air for a minute. Taking my time to begin with. On and on it goes. Swinging down in life, you know. Breathing out air for a minute. Yeah. Hey, would you rather stay right here? Make everything disappear. Could play my favorite song. Put your rose-colored glasses on. What if we stay right here? Make everything disappear. Lay low in the beaching sun. Put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah. Put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah. Isn't it a big crime to get a little lost in everybody's business? Why don't we all calm down? Why don't we all calm down? I think I'm the wrong size. Not enough room for everybody's egos. Why don't we all calm down? Why don't we all calm down? On and on it goes. Round and round the rodeo. Breathing out air for a minute. Taking my time to begin with. On and on it goes. Swinging down in life, you know. Breathing out air for a minute. Yeah. Hey, would you rather stay right here? Make everything disappear. Could play my favorite song. Put your rose-colored glasses on. What if we stay right here? Make everything disappear. Lay low in the beaching sun. Put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah. Put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah. It's a good life. Sitting on the front porch, sipping on the rocks. Citrus in our beverages. Citrus in our beverages. Show only the good sides. Always pretty smiles are covering our faces. You know it is all lies. You know it is all lies. Hey, would you rather stay right here? Make everything disappear. Could play my favorite song. Put your rose-colored glasses on. What if we stay right here? Make everything disappear. Lay low in the beaching sun. Put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah. Put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah. Yeah. Put your rose-colored glasses on. Put your rose-colored glasses on.
Honey, I got what you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot. It's what you do to me, babe, I can guarantee. Honey, I got what you need. Under the night sky, I want your eyes all on me. Don't tell me lies now, I always get mine. Don't play with me. Do you want it? Can you feel me? No, can you handle it? Right? Do you want it? Don't put your love on hold. I can't take it anymore. Oh, put your love on me now. Trust me and you will see. Oh, honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. Honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. Give me your love, no holding back, no. We could take it to the stars where you wanna go.
Hello streamers, video recorders, peoples. That came out weird. It's huge news yesterday, and I didn't get to go live at yesterday to be able to share this news with you, but a day is not too late. Ecamm Live, I hope they maybe change their name one day, because it's not just about live video, but Ecamm, the software that I use to do all of this cool, fun stuff on camera, has finally released Ecamm 4.0, and it is a powerhouse of a software now. You know, the interesting thing, oh shoot, you know what? Did I forget to change out of 4K? Hold on. I believe I accidentally forgot to change out of 4K because I was messing around with things. And is there any issues? Any issues at all? Let me know. I might be slightly out of sync here. Because I was messing around with settings and doing all kinds of stuff, and I totally spaced. Preferences. Wait, hold on. New comments are not showing. It's perfect. Stream looks good. Okay, cool. Never mind. I don't need to fix my settings. Ecamm 4.0 is out, and it is a powerhouse of a software for live video, for recorded video, for virtual presentations, for virtual events, for remote production. I mean, there's just so much it does now. Nathaniel Drew, it's been a while, I feel like, since you've popped in here and said hi. If you're new around here, please do type new. I see Doc Rock in the house. I see Christian Launchpad, Astronomy, Mike, Mummy Guide. Oh my gosh, everybody is here. Careforce, I saw your question during the countdown timer because I was showing you this behind the scenes view of my studio. After I get through, if you stick around, I will be happy to do a little behind the scenes tour for you. But I want to make sure that we get through to all of the big updates on Ecamm Live software. Now, Ecamm is a Mac only software. So if you're loving your PCs out there, we love you. And this software is not for you, unless you want to get a Mac. New in the house, Villative. I said your name, I screwed your name up royally. I apologize for that. Careforce is new. Alfordor, welcome. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you so much, Kathy. I appreciate that. Rich, you're not new anymore. I know you were new as of a few days ago. Here for the inside scoop. Fantastic. Would love a tour. Okay, I will absolutely do a tour, but let's make sure that everybody here who is for the Ecamm updates, gets what they were looking for as well. Underground X Podcast, thank you so much for being here. Okay. Damn, I gotta get a Mac then, right? Okay, so here is the deal. I'm just gonna tell you how far this stuff has progressed. I've been doing live video productions, high-level video productions for many, many years, like 17 years that I've been doing all this stuff, right? And it has come so far. Ecamm Live is my favorite Mac streaming video production software because of how much they listen to their audience, right? Their customers, they are always making every effort to do the things that you need in your productions. So they have released the 4.0. It has actually been in beta and been working on for a year, been hammering, as beta testers, we've been hammering the software for the last 6 months. And so there is so much goodness in this. I'm going to actually break down just real quickly the big updates, not everything that they've done, but if you want to get your own Ecamm 4.0, you can click the link that we're pinning to the chat room right now if it's not already, and make sure that you have access to this amazing software to be able to do literally whatever it is you want in production, and really take your levels, your productions to the next level. Okay, my comments keep not updating, so I have to keep scrolling for some reason. That's new. But if I will keep coming back to you, I promise you that. Okay, so first and foremost, this is Abby. For all of you new, this is Abby the Chihuahua, and she is actually active for today, which is amazing. Usually she's just sleeping. This is my behind the scenes camera, and we will do a behind the scenes tour later. Now, Ecamm 4.0. The biggies on this are multi-streaming straight from Ecamm without having to use a third-party service like Restream. Now, I will offer you some pieces of advice around this and a word of caution. Please hear me out. I'm going to come back to that. Number 2, camera switcher. OMG, I am in love. I'm in love with the new camera switcher in Ecamm 4.0. ISO audio and video. Now, if you don't know that term ISO, it's isolated video and audio tracks. So essentially, you can, if you have interview guests, if you have multiple cameras, you can record the different tracks. So you're not just seeing all of the production that's going out to the viewers. You actually can get these isolated tracks so that you can dump those and edit an entirely different production in post. Now, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one, dog. It's amazing. You guys are gonna love this thing. I can't wait to show you. Okay, next up is the widget browser that you can actually, I'll show you what that means. That is pretty cool. Interview, you can now have up to 10 people. Yes, Matt, ISO track changes everything. It literally does. And so you have all of the capability to have a production that goes out just like what you're seeing here with camera switches, all of that, and also be able to edit however you see fit later. So this is actually wonderful. Like if you're doing a podcast or anything like that, and say your guest coughs or, you know, there's something that goes wrong, you can create a clean version later. Interview up to 10 guests now, only on M1, M2 Max, and also Descript. So once you end your video, you can actually send it straight out to Descript for some repurposing and cleanup. And no, the price did not go up. What? Like, I'm kind of mad at them, to be honest. Like, I mean, it's good for you, right? It's good for us. But they did all of this. I mean, this is a massive update, and they're not charging anything extra. So that's pretty impressive. Okay. Who wants a demo? Let's get into demo mode. Yes, Environmental Coffee House. Sandy, you can automatically update your current Ecamm software. So now it is a public release. So you might have been hearing 4.0 discussion for quite a while because it's been in like hardcore beta testing for like 6 months. So you might have heard me talking about it or anybody else. And now when you open your regular Ecamm, if you do not have the beta, if you open your regular Ecamm software, it will automatically update, okay? So let's get into the demo here. Now I'm gonna start with my favorite feature. Usually I like to hold the favorite feature till last, but let's talk about it. So this is the camera switcher. Okay, so before, real quick, I'm actually gonna show you what it looked like before. This has been the camera switcher. I have a lot of cameras, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know me. Look at my studio. But you would always see it in this little table here, and it's movable. But honestly, it was kind of frustrating at times because it would get in the way or whatever, right? And the images are small. So if you're running a pro, production, and let's say you're doing a remote production or a virtual event for a client, it's actually very, very limiting in that environment. And so what they did instead was now you have this entire camera switcher window. Or you're not seeing this. Why aren't you seeing this? Are you seeing this? I'm not seeing it on my preview window. Hold on. Are you seeing my entire screen? We see. Why don't I see that on preview then, Doc? Okay, figure that out later. Okay, so this camera switcher is, you can set it out, right, and have all of these big boxes. Now, you can look at it like it used to be, right, in a separate window, but you can also adjust the size to whatever size you want, which is freaking awesome. That way, you know, like literally there are times when you're running a production and you're saying, I want to go to camera B and I can't see camera B, right? I don't know if somebody's picking their nose before they go on, if somebody's like coughing, right? And so to avoid all of these different issues with a production, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. I'm laughing at Doc commenting, but you can really just adjust as necessary. Now, also, you can do this pretty cool thing. I'm going to do it on this. Show source in a separate window. So let's say you're like me with multiple monitors and you want to go even further NASA control. You could set up a monitor that literally looked somewhat like this, where you just have all of these different previews of the different cameras, so you know what's going on at all times. So that's a very powerful situation in the camera switcher. And then you can kind of set up the ABs, and you can actually have what's the word? Placeholder cameras as well. So there's just a lot of goodness in this camera switcher that I'm super excited about. And that's like, I think it's my favorite. I mean, it's hard to say, right? Like there's so many good new things on this that it's kind of hard to say. So let me talk about the second thing. And I need you to hear me. I need you to hear me on this one, okay? Because there's a lot of buzz, there's a lot of excitement around what is the biggest, like kind of the biggest buzz of Ecamm Live 4.0, which is multi-streaming. So the ability for you locally to send out up to 10 destinations. So if you want to go to multiple Facebook pages, multiple YouTube channels, or YouTube and a Facebook channel, LinkedIn, wherever, you have the ability to do that now without paying for Restream or Switchboard or like any of the other simulcasting services. Now, this is not for everybody. As excited as everybody is, I want you to understand why you may still want to have a Restream. I'm working on an entire video about this, so I won't go into all the details here, but it's really important that you realize that there are two things that you must have if you're going to use the multi-streaming, and that is number one, good enough internet. Okay, Ecamm has done something I really, really love in terms of helping you decide if you have enough internet. I'm going to show you that here in a second. And the second thing is computer power. If you're running an Intel Mac, if it's an older Mac, if you're running an MacBook Air, I guarantee you're not going to be multi-streaming on an Air, right? Like, well, now that we're getting into the M1s and M2s, or the M2s like that, we might actually see some benefit there. But I need you to hear me. You can't do all of the things just because you want to, right? Like that's kind of really important. Yeah. Oh yeah. Israel, your 1984 Mac is going to work just fine multi-streaming to 10 destinations all at the same time. Renee is multi-streaming like the multiverse, where variants of Luria range from heroes to villains to president to rockstar. No, it's entirely different, unfortunately, but that sounds exciting. Ecamm Live feature request. That would be awesome. Doc Rock, put it in the feature request, please. All right. So your 11-year-old PC is not going to make it. Well, your 11-year-old PC is not going to run Ecamm. Ecamm is a Mac-only software. However, you have that same capability in the software like vMix. But yes, an 11-year-old PC isn't going to have the capability to run all of that. You are asking your computer to do a lot. So test before you go killing off your Restream subscription. Test before you decide that you're just gonna go let loose on the internet with 10 destinations, okay? It's really, really important. The other thing, I have a client who was all excited yesterday about this. And they were like, can we get rid of Restream and can we do this? And one of their most important features that they need in scheduling streams is doing that remotely. So, the team schedules and manages for the host. And so we said no, like that's you're going to need to be local to be able to really manage all of that on a multi-streaming through Ecamm itself, because that's all local based. So we told them, keep your Restream subscription. So again, this is amazing, and a lot of people will use it and will be fine. And a lot of people will not be able to use it to their greatest desire. So test before deciding. Now, let me show you what they did. This is actually really cool. So what they did here was, I'm going to show you on this other computer because I'm live, so I can't show you on the same computer. They're going to tell you how much internet you need. They won't be able to tell you, your computer isn't going to be able to handle the power, but you can know if you have enough internet. So when you're creating a new broadcast, here's where you can add different destinations, right? And so you could go to YouTube, right? Now that's going to want to log me in, and we're not going to do that. But you can add all of your destinations. And as you do, see how it says required speed right here, 21 megs to go to Facebook. Then you will, every destination that you're going to add, it will show you it's going to need this much more, right? It's going to need this much. So if you have 10 destinations, you might see an X come here if you don't have enough internet upload speed. So that's a really cool thing. You have the ability to just add all of the destinations right here in the create new broadcast, and then it will just literally show in this section where all of your scheduled streams and everything coming up. So how cool is that? How many of you expect to be able to use the multi-streaming feature or not? Just say yes or no in the comments. All right, next up, by the way, hold on. I'm going to take a super quick break. By the way, if you do want Ecamm, our link is in the chat room, pinned to the top. It's in the description. If you don't have Ecamm 4.0 yet, definitely grab that. No extra cost for all of this amazing stuff. I'm just going to take a quick second because I'm looking at the chat and I'm seeing what is always happening in our chat room, because we have the best community on the internet, and you all are like talking to each other, right? And one of my students inside of Accelerator program, which doors are open, by the way, for less than a week's worth time. So we only have a few more days that you can join the Accelerator program. But one of our students asked, what if, like, how do you get people talking to each other? Because usually, like, people are talking to the host in a live stream, right? And y'all are so amazing at helping each other out, talking to each other. And also, it does require a little bit of discipline on the host's part when this happens to pick out the questions versus, like, to me, versus the questions and conversation to you guys. I just think that that is the mark of an amazing community, is where it's not just about you to me, it's about all of us together. So I just think that that is one of my favorite things about you all. So I just wanted to say thank you since that came up. And by the way, oh my gosh, I was just literally right before I went live, one of our accelerator students just told me, and he didn't update us on this progress at all until like right now. He saw a 2.5 times increase on his channel in the last 12 weeks of the program. Like 3 months, 2.5 times channel growth. Incredible. It's so cool to watch our community and our students inside of Accelerator really grow and get clarity and focus on what they're doing. So if you want to join, I would love to see you inside of that program. Let's get back to Ecamm features. So we've gone over the camera switcher, which I think is my favorite. It's hard to say. ISO audio and video is really good too. Okay. So we've talked about, we haven't really talked about ISO audio. So let's talk about that. ISO audio and video. Okay. Before I go there, Coordination says, why would I use this instead of Restream? Because Restream is an extra cost, right? So there's two sides of this coin. Restream is an extra cost and an extra service, right? So as you think about your tech stack, everything that you are using, all the different services, that's called a tech stack. That's an extra one in the mix. So if you could do it locally, and if your computer can handle it, if you have enough internet, then you don't have to have that extra service. Now, again, going back to what I was warning you about, you may still need Restream, and don't think that this is going to be the answer to all of your problems without making sure that it's going to work for you. Okay, so second, so then we went over camera switcher, now ISO video and audio. If you are on an M1 or M2 Mac, this is for you in terms of going through all of the details I'm about to show you. Why am I going? Okay, sorry, but real quick. You see, I have like all these different keyboards. My laptop is here today, like the phone. Sometimes I get a little confused in terms of what I'm trying to do or where I'm going. All right, so you're looking at my desktop screen, and so I want to show you ISO audio and video. You have the ability to record each track separately. And so here you have all of the capability to really choose and fine tune the settings if you're on an M1 and M2 Mac. So you could say, okay, I'm gonna do camera A. I only want the primary mic, right? On camera B, I want the entire program audio, everything that goes out. Or you could say you don't want any audio, right? So you have the ability, interview guests. I would absolutely do the guest audio on interview guests so that you have the capability to really edit that later. Guests are not always self-aware when they're being interviewed. And so sometimes they cough, sometimes they, blow their nose. I've had it happen. Sometimes they talk to their dog, right, while you're talking, because they don't have that self-awareness of what's going out into the production or knowledge, right? And so you have the ability to really fine tune what you want out of all of these different video and audio tracks. Then you're gonna get a folder from Ecamm and have access to all of that. Now, let's also go through, what is your favorite feature so far? Let me know in the comments. Let me see. I'm just checking on the comments before we go too far. Launchpad, is your monitor curved? Yes. So this is curved and this is curved. So both of these are curved. This is just vertical instead of landscape like this one. Okay, I'm gonna do a behind the scenes tour. We're gonna get to that. I'm gonna take you straight from left to right or right to left. I haven't decided yet. You have to wait and see after we're done with the Ecamm updates. Okay, so this is actually pretty cool. So if you go to overlays add a widget overlay. So typically, so you guys know that my stream element, so when you super chat us, I use this widget overlay in order to bring in that pop-up that has Callie and dancing, right? And so that is usually what we use the widget overlays for, things like that. Now you can bring in a browser. So put in a regular URL and set the settings, right? Whatever you want it to be, and add widget overlay. And you'll notice it's going to pop up right here. Oops. And hold on, I've got to hide this super chat to get that out of the way. So you could just set this up and do easy demos, right? And so literally, okay, look at this. This is the cool part. See this little button right here? Toggle that on and you can go through and scroll. You can, I think, even play a YouTube video, right? Like you can do all of this fun stuff like in demo mode. And I know I'm covering my face up, but that's okay. But then you toggle that off and you can move it around the screen. So that is actually a really useful new feature with this widget overlay for easy demos, scrolling right there within the widget so that you're not having to set up an entire second computer to browser, you know, and add that as a camera into the thing, right? So it just gives you a simpler, more straightforward path right into that demo. Yes, demo widgets are handy, abso-freaking-lutely. All right, interview, I mentioned this is Rich Chapman. Where did you find that? It's in overlays, widget overlay, new widget overlay. There we go, right there in the overlay section. Then interview mode. Interview mode is you can have up to 10 interviewees. Can I? Okay. Okay. I'm thinking through. You're witnessing my brain at work here. I would never suggest having a stream where you have 10 guests all at the same time. That's a little too much. I mean, it could work, but ideally you want to keep the number of people talking at the same time a little smaller than that. However, the actual ADHD is strong with everyone today, Steffi. The other thing that you could do this with is having 10 interview guests. That is pretty cool because you could have a rotating schedule of guests, right? So you could maybe have one after another. This is great for a virtual event if you're running one of those. If you are, by the way, interested in running your own virtual event, small, big, whatever, will you let us know in chat? Because we may have something for you soon. Just to say maybe. Okay, that's enough of that tease. So yeah, you could run that virtual event, have everybody queued up, ready to go. They can pipe in when is needed. Care for us, yes, awesome. Keep those yeses coming. And then Descript. I'm not going to show that to you today because I didn't have it set up, but Descript is a service or software that allows just a ton, but it helps you repurpose your content. If you awesome. You guys rock. Thank you for allowing me to tease you constantly about things that we're working on. But I like to know that we're doing something that you want. So the idea is that you can really get rid of your ums and ahs if you want to through Descript. You can repurpose content. You can create content that has like the text on screen. Descript does so much. So if you're not using that as a service, then it's something to look into. So now once you end your recording or your stream, it has an option to send that to your Descript account. So you don't have to do separate uploads and all of that, right? So yeah, the ability to have all of those guests is amazing. Does anybody use that in a sense that it's like all at the same time? Oh, what? Sorry. You can do that stuff with Ecamm too. I don't know why I hit the wrong button. Thank you so much, Cheryl. I was trying to turn on the super chat alert just in case, because I had to get rid of it to do a demo. So I don't know that it'll trigger Cheryl, but thank you so much for the $10 super chat. You rock. Is there a question I can answer for you? Let's see. Other questions about, Doc says, I use Descript to take out swear words. There you go. That's an option as well. Yes, Daniel really beat Ecamm 4.0 to death. Trying to improve it, and all of the beta testers just really did a lot for Ken and Glenn to really make sure that it was a really strong piece of software. This is such a fun live. Live is always fun. Okay, next question. Mike Short, does it record locally, then upload to the cloud somewhere? That's been huge with my podcast, so I'm using Riverside for that since some guests don't have the best internet. So it's not working the same way that you're describing with like how Riverside does that. They're coming into your machine through, like you send them, just like a StreamYard link or whatever. But that's going to be recording on your local file. And it's not the same exact situation. I've had virtual events with multiple people, not for live streams, but for a fundraising event. Have all guests come in for a game night. Oh, that's fun. I like that, Kevin. Yeah, that's a great use of it. What would you, tell me, what would you do if you had 10 people on screen at the same time? Let me know. Okay. So there's a lot more to Ecamm. The update, but those are the highlights. Those are my favorite features, and we will have more content around this. So if you don't have Ecamm yet and you want professional quality videos, live streams, virtual events, presentations, if you speak, all of these things, then you want to use our link that's in the chat room. Get that now. They didn't increase the price. They may wake up tomorrow and think, what were we thinking? We're going to increase the price. I don't know. They won't, but that's not how they operate. But they are kind of silly not to, in my opinion, increase the price with all of the new features. So I ought to be cranking out a video right now, but this group is too fun. It really is. See, we have the best community on the freaking internet, don't we? Y'all make it happen like that. I love it. Okay, I keep trying, but they don't listen to me. Thank you, Rock. Doc, why do I call you Rock sometimes? I just look down and I just read the first word. This is why it's really important for you to always read the comments before you push them live. That can get you in trouble if you're like me. Sometimes you just read whatever's on screen. All right, y'all want a studio tour? Is that something that everybody was asking for earlier? So let's do that. And as we go into this, Ecamm, wonderful stuff. We will take care of you in terms of additional training on that. We do have a quick start guide to really get you started with Ecamm up and running. You can grab that and get the update as we get the 4.0 content available. If you just need to learn super quick, get this thing up and running, get it going, and then we can dive into all of the fancy later. And also, accelerator program, if you are interested in growing your channel, growing your engagement, and really it's all about creating consistency with your content, getting clarity around making sure that you know that your content is actually going to drive the result that you want. We had an amazing session with our students yesterday, really setting the future vision of why they're even doing this in the first place. And it was super powerful for them to really kind of take a moment to think before we take action, and really all about taking action. So we kind of walk you through that whole process of growing and with intention, and the coaches are just incredible inside of the program. So the doors are closing soon. I just wanted to mention that just in case you've been thinking about it and you wanted to get in. We will be closing doors soon. So let's look at that was a fun call, Susan. Susan helped me run that. All right. There we go. Okay, so looking at the studio tour here, I'm going to start over here and then come back over here. This is a prompter. Now, it was intended, it's kind of pointing at me. The intention was to have a side cam there, but it didn't really ever work out. And so what we've done instead is, I haven't done it yet, but I'm actually going to be making it remember when we had the fireside chat and I was sitting on the floor over here? I'm actually going to make that camera the fireside chat camera, and just have some real heart-to-heart conversations with you from time to time. And so I'm going to reconfigure that, get myself set up with a mic appropriate for hanging out on the I didn't put my bed up today. I was a little lazy. Hanging out on the couch and having some fireside chats with you, just some real talk, right? Okay, so next up is my workstation. So typically when I'm done with the studio, I do this and get that out of the way, and then I just work here. This is my widescreen monitor, and my laptop goes here, and I do my work. I have a light here for Zoom calls so that I don't look totally crappy. And then when I'm ready to use the studio, I just release that monitor so I can see it. And I have a dome light here. This is the Sokani X60 with the impact dome softbox. And then this monitor is an Asus. This is a Prompter People. So that prompter is Ecamm. This is Prompter People. And then I have the two Samsung curved monitors, one vertical that serves as my chat room, and usually some other information up here that's not as needed as everything else on these monitors. This is a second computer entirely, and that functions as a camera coming into this. Some of the cameras like this behind the scenes and this computer are coming in through the A10 Mini, the Blackmagic A10 Mini. I have three Stream Decks. I have 3 Stream Decks and a loop deck because I need all the things. The camera is right here with the Prompter People. So this camera is the ZVE 10 with these this now I'm using the Sigma 30 millimeter lens. I used to have the 16 millimeter lens on this. However, if you've noticed some of my recorded videos, I actually am using a backdrop, so you can't really see it. It's right above my head on the ceiling, so I have it attached. We have a whole video about my backdrop, so if you want to learn more about that, I drop the backdrop, it's on a roller, and then I turn on these lights. Oh, they're not plugged into power, sorry, that won't work. But I have lights that are kind of sitting right back here, turn those on, and I get a really different effect for this. No, I cannot reach the ceiling. So when we installed it, they wanted to put like a chain on it. I was like, I'm not having a chain hanging down in my living room. No, thank you. So I get this. Uh-oh, I just knocked Abby's cam. So I have this foldable little stair stepper, and I step on that. Usually Callie does, actually. Here I am taking credit for like things Callie does. So yeah, we dropped that using the stair stepper, definitely. So this is the ZVE10. I have a face cam that's pointing down here. This is the Rode shotgun mic. Don't yell at me, Doc. And that camera over there is I've been swapping things around. So I think it's the A6400. And then I have, okay, Lori, if you want, here. Right here is going to pop up. We have our own page where kind of I have like the list of gear. But here's the thing. You don't need all of this stuff, right? Like I have very different use cases. I have a whole test station back there that you can't even see that has an additional 3 cameras and, you know, a separate light and all of this stuff, right? You don't need all of the stuff that I have. Please stair step your way. It is expensive. And, but we help you right there. livestreamingpros.com/gear. It's a free gear list. It's a personalized shopping list, essentially. You tell us what kind of content you're creating, answer a couple of questions, and we give you that free personalized shopping list to get a simple starter studio that is professional quality. And again, that will help you get started without all of the complexity. And then you can increase from there, right? We also help you increase all of this if you so desire. But let's get you started with simplicity and ease and just get you going so that you can create content. How about that? So yeah, let's see what answered that. I'm kind of jumping all over the place, huh? This is my Elgato Wave 3 mic that I just plug into Zoom when I'm doing Zoom calls. That way, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, let's be honest. When I feel like it's important, I do. Not for my team calls or things like that. I moved Abby's cam. There you go, Abs. Yes, only get what you need as you need it. And that personalized shopping list is like the basics, but it's also all of the cables that you don't know to think about, right? So it's not only the camera and the light, it's the cables and the accessories that you don't know until you get into the thick of it and you're like, well, now I have to wait for more stuff to arrive from Amazon. We help you get that just completely free. We help you get that all done at once, and then you can run with it, get it set up. And we even have a setup guide for you if you so desire. So then I used to have another camera over there on the opposite end of this. So those of you who've been around for a while know that was the Cali cam, and that has actually now been confiscated for the test station over like behind all of these monitors. That test station allows me to, we can do unboxings on our Friday streams. I can do product reviews over there without worrying about messing with the studio. I promise you, I swear, it is like, it's hard when you have to do like a lot of product reviews, because then you have to like unplug a camera and plug it back in, and you have to like reconfigure things. So the test station is just solid there and working, and so we can do whatever we want over there. I did a video recently where we kind of showed you behind the scenes. I'll do a proper behind the scenes video of this entire thing, walk you through all of the details. Next place you're going is another studio. When I move, I'll either get a proper like studio, right? Or I'll get a bigger place because I'm not doing this again. I love this. I love this place. It means a lot to me, but also it's a little small with 12 camera video studio. I didn't. CaliCam confiscated, yes. I did not kick you out of the studio. Well, I kind of did, I guess, huh? I did say don't come over today. And the extensions and the power bars and you've got to think about when you're building a studio, which is why we exist, because people get this wrong all of the time. when you're building a studio, there's so much that you don't know to even consider. And it causes so much frustration. Things like UPSs and cable ties and the right kind of arm to mount that camera, the right proper weight of the, like if you're gonna add a prompter, right? There's just so much. This is the Socani X60 with the dome light from Impact. And then this is not doing a tremendous, this one is not doing a tremendous amount. It's just a little bit of a filler light coming in on this side. So there you go. Whew, we have covered so much today already. I feel like am I talking faster than normal? Because I feel like I am. I don't know. You'll have to tell me. Somebody said recently, I really appreciate how slow you go. And I'm like, I don't remember who said that. I'm blanking at the moment, but I almost laughed because I was like, I don't feel like I go slow at all. Now I do go slower than I used to. If those of you who were around when I was using my alias Callie Lewis, doing Geek Beat or Geek Brief, yeah, I talked fast. Like I have slowed down tremendously, but just usual fast talking. Okay. So if you have not downloaded Ecamm 4.0, Ecamm 4.0 is amazing, is brilliant, and it's going to change a lot in terms of how we do production. We just finished a remote production yesterday, in fact, and we do a lot of remote production services for our clients, and there's just like the more they add, the better capabilities you have to be able to get that pro level and ease of production, right? That's what we're always looking for inside of what we do for our clients as ease of production so that things go smoother, right? No worries, Kevin. Okay, for you PC users, vMix recently updated to what Kathleen 26, correct? Kathleen is our resident vMix user and expert, and so I think I saw her say that vMix 26 just came out of beta as well. So we're kind of like tag teaming it, right? I want to bring LSP to Germany. I love all of the sharing. I love all of the helping everybody get more of what we offer here. I appreciate you guys even wanting to. vMix is now version 26 and amazing. Yes, I love the new vMix updated. It just updated yesterday. And, I think, people ask like, is Ecamm going to come out with a PC version? And people ask vMix all the time, are you going to come out with a Mac version? And we don't want that. Like, let's keep the developers in their own lanes, right? Because that's where you get great product, is by them not trying to do things that they're not great at, which is developing in a different platform. And when you kind of force something into a different platform, it always goes wrong. So let's not do that. Let's not even ask them to do that. Let's let them focus on being amazing at what they individually do. Okay. I actually have a bit of an errand to run, but I have a couple more minutes that I can stick around. What else do you guys want to know? Did I miss any? I'm going to look back. Yes. This is true of everything, right? Like, this is absolutely true. This is actually one thing. Hold on, this is one thing that I love talking about so much, is like, actually focus on what you do best and you're going to see so much success. And that's whether we're talking content, whether you're talking behind the scenes in your business and the things that you're actually doing. Like, I haven't edited my videos in years because I suck at it. Well, okay. I'm actually not bad. I have done a couple of creative projects editing wise back in the day that were pretty good if I do do say so myself. But I'm certainly not proficient at it. Like it takes me a while to do, right? And I'm definitely not as good as other people, right? So like, let's do that. Emix and Vcam not coming soon. I like that comment. Let's see. It's like, what are you talking about? Did I miss something? Oh, as much as you can get, Christian. And by the way, Christian, I know I owe you a response to your message. I asked you to reach out to me. You did. And I have completely failed to follow up with you. I promise you I will. I just wanted to have a little heart to heart with Christian. I missed your stream about burnout. Where is it? Should be here on this channel. Well, okay, depends on which one you're talking about. I did one on this channel a couple weeks ago, maybe I don't think it was last week, but a couple weeks ago. And also, if you're talking about the masterclass, are you talking about the free masterclass that we're running to help you understand, what you need to do to build a sustainable long-term content business? Then go to livestreamingpros.com/masterclass, livestreamingpros.com/masterclass. Register for that. We have one more that we're running next week. So register for that if you want to really understand how to generate money from this content thing, how you avoid burnout, and how you build sustainability from content, and really allow yourself the freedom to be able to do the things that you want to do, and build a community around your content. So that's at livestreamingpros.com/masterclass. I know I've given you like a lot of links today based on the conversations that you have. But yeah, so there's like the free, they're both free. There's the one I did on this channel, and then there's the master class itself. So I don't know which one you're looking for, but hey, both are great. If you want to spend the weekend with me. I love it. Okay. I'm just looking at questions because I haven't really been paying too super attention. Yes, Casey, guests can share their screen. There is that feature. It always has been. So if you have a guest and they want to share their screen, they can absolutely do that. Text drop and animations. Israel, I mean, I don't know of any, Doc Rock can answer this probably, or Daniel. I don't know that they added any new animations for text, but they've had some of those things that you're talking about. Okay, y'all freaking rock. We've got our members to thank because they freaking rock for being here, for supporting us. Just take a note. If you do want to join me on that masterclass, take a note at how many members we have coming up, because I'm about to roll those beautiful bean credits. Roll the beautiful bean credits. But you can build the same yourself, having an engaged, amazing community that you think is the best community on the internet, because that's what I certainly think about you all and this wonderful group of human beings who serve from the heart. All right, I'm gonna roll those credits and we're gonna put our dancing shoes and dance this baby out. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I will see you next Friday.